Hello guys, welcome back. We're gonna do 1-5 now. Like I said, I'm re-recording this, so no surprises, because I already know what's going to happen. Oh my gosh, I forgot that goes way too fast. It does this scroll thing. I sincerely apologize. And I paid for the open potato chips. When I walked out, the sun was shining, but it also started raining. Are you going to the next? Okay, thank goodness. I need a drink. What is it with my voice and me needing drinks? Okay, sorry. The recurring dreams I've been having also had these sunflowers in them. Walking in the rain, my mood brightened considerably. I always forget that it's not my phone. It's the one on there when it buzzes. Okay. Just then, the phone in my bag started to vibrate. Probably Anna, whatever the hell your name is. About the funding withdrawal. I clumsily fumbled in my bag for my phone, not realizing I was standing in the middle of the crosswalk. The blare of the car horn sounds behind me. I turn my head to see a taxi rushing towards me. Too late to do anything. I instinctively closed my eyes. But the crash I was bracing for didn't happen. The whole world suddenly goes quiet. I fall into a warm embrace. I open my eyes. Raindrops hang still in the air. A man holding me in his arms. His body emanates a piercing but soothing spirit. You. Who are you? Dream overlaps with reality. In a moment, I seem to return to the accident when I was 5 years old. He looked at me. We locked eyes. A trace of surprise skims across his face. Please speak.
Evolver?
Huh?
You still don't know?
No, I don't know.
The ability is beginning to awaken, though.
Who are you?
You don't have to know. And you better forget what I said just now.
How can somebody say such strange things and then expect you to forget about it? Okay, I still have to thank you for saving my life.
You should watch yourself. Someone can't come to your rescue every time.
He put me down on the roadside. When I turned to say thank you again, he was already gone. Then all the sounds came back. Raindrops fell down, the taxi drove away, and people dispersed. Like nothing happened just then. I stood alone by the roadside, still wondering about the whole thing. Could it be? Was it a daydream? The wind blew, swaying the shadows of trees. The stacks on the ground tell me it's real. If it's real, could he be related to the boy who saved me in my childhood? And the evolver he mentioned? What does that mean? Or could I've been dreaming too, much recently and hallucinating the whole thing? It as if superpowers have become reality. I should invite him to Miracle Finder. The special effect unit could give us a break. But from how he acted, he probably wouldn't agree to go on, right? Didn't even tell me his name, like helping a cat out of the tree while out on a stroll. I cleaned the snacks up and left in confusion. Anyhow, it's lucky I avoided the accident. Or there would be a headline, Miracle Finder loses funding, producer commits suicide. What I didn't notice is that with the gust of wind, a man appeared noiselessly in the sky above the city. Even in that windless afternoon, his windbreaker somehow flutters. The gun in the holster shines coldly. He presses the call button on his headset.
Agent B7, energy wave detected in Loveland. Sending coordinates. Target locked. Taking action immediately.
His sharp vision follows the girl's figure until she leaves the street. A girl in a flower shop seems to spot a shadow in the sky, but the next second it's gone. Yay! Okay. Now we're going to move on to 1-8. I forget how long 1-8 and 1-9. We might be able to do 1-9. We'll see. I didn't return to the office as planned. Instead, I got in the car, heading to a bioscience research center. That call on the road turned out to be from Uncle John. He's a biology professor at Loveland University and helped Miracle Finder many times as a guest expert. He's out of country right now, but he called to introduce another neuroscience professor to be our guest. This scientist works in the research center and is also a professor at Loveland University. Oh my god. I didn't realize. After reading this about several times already, my voice is just done. So I'm sorry. It's going to be a lot of mispronouncing and very dry throats and a lot of drinking. Which I already ran out of my drink and I'm going to have to get another one here soon. Okay. The scientist works in a research center and is also... Oh, I already read that. The point of Miracle Finder was to find superhumans and discover the science behind their powers. Hopefully, the neuroscientist expert will help me finish the last show. I grasped at this straw, however unreliable it may seem. Subconsciously, I felt this trip might change the fate of Pure Luck Company. Change my fate, even. Lucien, Bioscience Research Center. If the reception was right, Professor Lucien works in this lab. Having a research center named after himself, he must be a very senior professor. I will have to be on my best behavior. Just when I was going to knock on the door just when I was about to... Oh my gosh. Just when I was going to knock on the the door was pushed open and a young researcher walked out. Spotting me, he seemed to be surprised, but he regained his composure and nodded with a smile. He looked at me kindly but remotely, like he was inspecting a strange new being. The way he watched me made me a little uneasy. "Hello, I'm looking for Professor Lucien." Hearing the words, the young researcher seemed to be a little surprised.
Lucien? What do you want with him?
Go away. I love you, Tori. I love you, Tori. She's the one who told me to do this game. Okay. Tori. Honey, I was a goner with him. Okay, focus. Focus. I am a producer from Pure Luck Company. Here's my card. I want to invite the professor to be our guest on the show, Miracle Finder.
Miracle Finder? Oh, I've heard of that. Why do you want Mr. Lucien on your show?
Professor John recommended. He interrupted me.
I've seen your recent shows. Your choice of topics is somewhat problematic.
Looks like this guy isn't going to introduce me to Lucien. He really has an axe to grind about our show. I tried not to show anger. Thanks for your advice. Perhaps you don't know our show that well. I got a number from Professor John. I think I'll call him myself. When I found the number Uncle John gave me, I tapped on the call button. A girl in white walked over. Hello, Professor Lucien. The young researcher nodded with a smile. The girl skipped happily away, but I was frozen in place. The ringing of the phone came from his lab coat pocket. I hung up the call and looked up. The young genius professor was still smiling, but I felt he had become even happier.
Would you like to talk inside my office?
Oh, honey, I remember when he asked me that. I was like, you couldn't take me in your office any day. Like, ugh. I'm excited about this next part. Let me see here. 11 minutes? Yeah, we could do chapter 1-9 and then we'll finally get to where I was at. Lucien's office. Professor Lucien, I never imagined you'd be so young. I'm so sorry. I nearly made a mental note. Never judge people by their appearance.
It's all right. I didn't introduce myself.
Yeah, well, you're handsome, tall, and I remember when I first read this part, I was fangirling, so... Thanks. So, let me tell you about the plan for the last show of Miracle Finder.
Yes, please. You can use my blackboard if you like.
Sure. I took a deep breath and started the introduction. For our final show, the theme we're going with is lies that cannot be seen through.
I'm sorry, but I think this plan is not feasible.
What? I haven't even begun yet.
I viewed the files you gave me.
But didn't you just glance at them? Ooh, my throat for some reason. Lucien, seemingly very smugged, laughed out loud.
It's nothing. Let me explain the details.
He walked over to the blackboard, very close to me. I felt very nervous.
So, what's your view of superpowers?
I already know the answer to this, so last time I clicked believe in them, and that's what I'm going to do again. I think superpowers may really exist in this world. Suddenly, he looks into my eyes very earnestly.
Why do you think this?
Dad's Miracle Finder is a show about superpowers. I've seen many phenomenon. Sometimes we failed to explain them scientifically. Perhaps superpowers do exist.
Have you heard of the Red Queen hypothesis?
No. Oh, no. What's that?
Now here, you see. It takes all the running you can do to keep in the same place.
Is that a quote from Alice's Adventures in Wonderland? I forgot to pause there, but that's...
Humans have existed outside of natural selection for too long. They have forgotten how cruel the world is.
And like I said before, I'm pretty sure humans know how cruel the world is. Some just are ignorant and don't care. Huh. It sounds weird, but true. In nature, humans have no more threats.
But it's dangerous when you forget to fear. Do you know the way to avoid danger?
Is there a way? And I remember fangirling at this part. I'm like, oh my god, this boy is smooth. Oh my god. Suddenly, Lucien draws close. I step back involuntarily, leaning against the blackboard. With one hand on the board, he drew in very close. The sunlight backlit and obscured his face. My heart beat like crazy.
When you're in danger.
I remember really fangirling on this part. I was like, oh boy, I wish I was her. Oh boy. Okay. He leaned in very close to my ear and whispered,
Trust your instincts.
I mean, I trust you with my instinct. I mean, while I was sitting there wondering what that meant, this mysterious neuroscientist let me go.
Sorry. I didn't want any other people to overhear those
And
words.
His smile. Oh. But it's just the two of us in this room.
What you cannot see isn't necessarily non-existent. Like a crisis lurking in the dark.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Back to your show. Since its subject is superpowers, you should have your own thoughts on the matter. However, your view on superpowers is still framed by your father's views. Am I right?
My father built Miracle Finder with his own hands, piece by piece.
Every show reflects the character, the color of its producer. However, I don't see any of your color in this. This is still the same episode plan as 2 years ago. Your color, it's very special. Unlike any other. At least to my eyes.
I'm starting to understand. Thank you, Professor Lucien. Like I said, I'm probably pronouncing all the names wrong. I'm sorry. But hello, beautiful boy. Okay. Lucien raised his eyebrows in a slight annoyance.
Are you leaving?
I'm sorry. I told MC to stay here. I told her, do not leave. Yes, I have to return to prep the show with my colleagues.
Should I have lectured a little longer just then?
Yes, you should have. Huh?
It's fine. You can go now.
Oh, that beautiful smile. Professor Lucien, will you attend our last show? Oh, sorry. I mean, after I finish our new show plan, I'll come back and...
All right. I'm in.
Huh? What? Lucien smiled and patted my head.
I'm in. I hope I won't be disappointed.
Oh, honey, if she, like I said before, if she disappoints you, I'm sorry. Great. Thank you, Professor.
Next time we meet, you can just call me Lucien.
I nodded shyly, then left his office. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop it right there. And then we'll be on something new, and I can actually give you a real reaction. And I did a little bit of chat. You look splendid and gentle. Huh. So far I've been working on Kuro, but I haven't had anything with the other guy. But yeah, we'll be doing something new. Hope you guys enjoy. Bye.